Hello and welcome to Manolin in 5. One issue, 5 minutes. Issue number 2. City and transportation. Have you ever flown a drone? Drones don't need a runway to accelerate to gain lift. We call aeroplanes with wings that rotate rotary wing aircrafts. Today, we'd like to talk about a new type of rotary aircrafts. Of course, it's not a new idea, but what is new is the energy source that these new aircrafts we'll talk about today will be using. Have you heard or seen this word before? So basically, a helicopter is a VTOL. But what we're interested in today is this. Why is using electricity to fly so special and being touted as the future of urban transportation? Number 1, money. An eVTOL is like a taxi. eVTOLs are smaller, lighter, and travel shorter distances. So fees or fares can ultimately be much cheaper. Number 4, safety. Now this one's quite interesting. In general, an eVTOL operates multiple propellers compared to just 1 or 2 propellers on a normal helicopter. This means that even if 1 or 2 propellers break down for some reason, an eVTOL can still manage to fly. So far so good? Not without problems though. eVTOLs do not normally fly higher than 1,000 meters above sea level. Just imagine hundreds of small aircrafts hovering over the city at the same time. How would they avoid each other? Another point to think about is where to get in and off the eVTOLs. We call these places vertiports, as in vertical airports. There are a few options. First is the rooftop. If you place a landing pad on top of one building, you can't have another one on the next building because an eVTOL needs a certain airspace. And also, it becomes impossible to build a taller building, of course, next to the vertiport. Secondly, you can use the existing airports to build vertiports. Another option is to build a separate eVTOL terminal right next to or on top of existing places like a bus station or a train station. Now then, let's just say we've got the vertiports and the aircrafts all ready to go. There is still another question to answer. Money. The fares can only become affordable if enough people want to use them. But what if going by a car or a bus, it's still not very much slower? So it's likely that people are still going to prefer traditional transportation, unless there is a definite advantage in flying. Lastly, eVTOLs still aren't where they really should be, technology-wise. First, eVTOLs have batteries, and they need to be lighter in order to carry more passengers and use less power. a traditional aeroplane actually becomes lighter as it travels because it uses up or burns off the petrol. But an eVTOL stays heavy all the way. And not to forget, laws, regulations, insurances, economics, training, emergency procedures. Some say we're at least several years away, if no longer, before eVTOLs are really flying in our cities. Want to find out more? There are pictures and questions and even some exercises for you to do. That should be 5 minutes. Thank you and bye bye.